There's a lot of deep signs that show whether or not you are successfully healing your shadow, if you're successfully integrating aspects of yourself. The first sign is you are less reactive, especially in your relationships with other people. Relationships are the place where most of our wounds form. They happen, right? Our wounds form in relation to others, especially our parents in our sort of early childhood existence. And in our relationships, it's a common thing to get reactive, to shut down, to close down. And if you are able to not do that as much, you don't have to be absolutely perfect, but most of the time you're not doing that. You can act from openness, from transparency, from vulnerability as well. If you're comfortable with these kinds of things and you don't feel the need to always be defensive, to lash out, to be reactive, to shut down, to always protect yourself, this is a powerful sign that you are making some very, very deep progress. You're making some very, very important shifts within yourself. You're able to feel comfortable being vulnerable, softening up, rather than being reactive, defensive, lashing out, defending yourself. Right? If you're able to just be and be clear, that's a really good sign. So you're essentially not bothered by things that used to bother you. That kind of ties into this point. The things that used to bother you no longer bother you. You suffer a lot less. And you're not really acting out of your automatic behaviors, your unconscious behaviors. They're not really running the show anymore. You've kind of rewired those behaviors. Number two, you aren't acting from addiction. Right? Some examples of that can be screen time, junk food. You're not always attracted or pulled to things that aren't good for you. That's a really important sign. You're not easily drawn to just eating ice cream, a whole bucket of ice cream, or a burger, or some French fries, or whatever. You're not eating a lot of junk for the most part. Your diet is nourishing. This just being one example. Your diet gives you energy. You're not giving all your energy to a screen for the whole day, zoning out. You're not pulled by things that are unhealthy for you, right? You might feel the pull, but you're able to lean out of it, lean away from it. It's not as strong as it once was. This is sign number two. Sign number three, you choose a healing path. Like I said, you lean away from the things that were dysfunctional for you, and now you're choosing the things that actually bring you nourishment. Maybe you didn't eat a lot of healthy food, and now you're choosing to eat maybe a lot of fruits and vegetables. Right? This is like a very, very massive part of your diet now. And now you start to notice you feel more energized doing that. You have like cleaner fuel in your body. You're sharper, you're clearer. So your actions bring refreshment. Maybe instead of being addicted to screens, maybe you're reading a book or going for a walk in nature or talking to a friend, for example. You're connecting with safe, trustworthy people who can care for you. So the things you do in your life bring refreshment. Your actions are in alignment with you. Your actions bring well-being to you. And if I want to add another point, they bring well-being to other people as well. Maybe like your work, for example. You're not harming other people. Just kind of an extra point there. So number four, you don't hate any group of people. I'm sure we're all familiar with people who hate entire groups of people, politics probably being the best example. Of course, this is all just shadow projection. We're disowning aspects of ourselves and projecting it onto those people, right? We're finding aspects of ourselves that we're not aware of, projecting it onto those people, and then hating that. Kind of interesting how that one works. So you're able to understand them and accept them and the fact that they exist. This doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything that they say, but you're not at war with them. You're not fighting against them. You don't really have much of a desire to do that. And if you do, it's a lot less strong. It's not a very strong desire, and you don't really get controlled by it very much. You're not at war with anyone based off of their race, their beliefs, anything like that. You can just see, oh, okay, This is how some people choose to spend their time. This is what they're choosing to think and believe. Okay, I might not agree with it. I might think it's total bullshit, but I'm not at war with them. They're free to do that, and I'm actually just genuinely unbothered by that. I don't need to go and fix them and change them, and I'm not neurotic about like needing to fix and solve this problem, and oh my God, it's just, I'm at peace with what this is. I'm at peace with the existence of this. The fact that this exists, I'm at peace with that. And from that place, if I want to change something, from that energy, from that place of internal harmony, I can make changes. I can share with people, but I'm not going to fight against them. I'm not going to be psychologically forceful towards them, or of course physically forceful. That's just not going to be happening. You admit uncomfortable truths about yourself, and in fact, you've actually learned to love it. You have deep self-honesty. You see the value in deep self-honesty. This is something that really requires some skill. If you've gotten to this point, congratulations. There's a lot of uncomfortable truths that exist about us, our emotions, our behaviors, our psyche, and I can go on. And you've learned to actually just admit them to yourself. State it to yourself. Say it out loud. Say, oh, I'm addicted to this, and I'm actually just avoiding this deep feeling of sadness inside myself, and that's why I'm always eating ice cream. Or I just feel a lot of fear, and that's anxiety, and I need to like numb it. That's why I go and I use my screen time. And when I'm being reactive, I can actually snap out of it. I can say, okay, I'm being reactive. In the midst of my reactivity, listen very closely, in the midst, right in the middle of my reactivity, I can say, I'm being reactive. I can catch myself right in the middle of the behavior, state it to myself, see what I'm doing, right? And start to stop doing it. Not repressing it, right? I can process what I'm feeling, I can give myself the space I need, but I can stop doing it. I don't need to be reactive. Right? You can state it to yourself. Oh, I'm being reactive. Oh, I'm being manipulative. I'm being forceful. I'm being X, Y, and Z. This part of me exists. And you've learned to love doing that because you realize that seeing it and learning to integrate it, to heal, this is far more pleasurable, right? The honesty is far more pleasurable than the avoidance of it. You feel more whole connecting with what is true. Next is, number 6, your body and being in it. Your body isn't always tense and contracted. You're able to relax it. Your body is keeping the score. Your body's kind of the warehouse for all of your repressions. Right? Learning to feel into it, learning to be in it, to exist in it, to inhabit it. This is really important. You're present in it. You feel its intelligence. You feel your body's intelligence. You feel its sort of, right? You feel its qualities. You can feel the intelligence of your organs and your skin and etc. Your gut and your heart. You can feel its kind of natural and instinctual wisdom, which is different from just like being impulsive. It's very, very distinct. And you don't poison it or harm it. You don't feed it junk food. You don't want to numb it. You don't want to harm your body. You care for your body. This is really important because all these psychological wounds are actually stored in the body. Body and mind are one. And when you're numbing the body, you're going to be numbing that inner child that you've been neglecting for X amount of years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So by learning to love the body, it's easy to heal the mind as well. That's just a very important aspect of it. And as you go deeper into healing the mind, this pulls you deeper into the body, deeper into being fully present in yourself, not avoiding and neglecting yourself. 7 is emotional intensity feels more like a portal than a problem. You stay with uncomfortable feelings and energies, emotions. You sense the value of your pain. You see that your pain can bring truth and transformation and doesn't need to be avoided. This is like the essence of shadow work right here. You can sense the value of the things that you've disowned. And you actually don't see it as a problem, but an opportunity. Right? It feels more like a portal than a problem. The emotional intensity feels more like a portal something that can transform you rather than something to be avoided or hated. A good thing you can do to kind of work with this is make sure that you're in a safe environment with safe people. You have plenty of love, plenty of support. You learn to realize that you're okay to actually feel what you're feeling. There's no parts of you that are bad or wrong or anything like this. You're not a bad, morally wrong creature. Right? There's a lot of shaming with certain aspects of human nature, sexuality being a great one, right? Christianity has a massive thing with kind of shaming sex. This is still in our culture. Even if you're not a Christian, if you're living in the West, this paradigm has still impacted you. Right? These beliefs that have been passed down for thousands and thousands of years have been influencing our cultural consciousness. This impacts you whether or not you actually believe them or not, because you just kind of soaked in our culture pretty deeply from the age of 0 to 7. So again, emotional intensity is something that you view as, it can be a challenge, but it's a great challenge, not a problem, not something to be avoided. And number 8, you can feel the inner child inside of you and be a healthy parent towards it. You don't neglect or abandon it, but use its vulnerability and sensitivity as a strength. You don't view your own vulnerability and sensitivity as weakness. By sensitive, I don't mean that, I don't mean you're like a little like sissy or anything like that. But by sensitivity, it's more of like an attunement and a feeling, right? A deep feeling-based connection to self, to the moment. And you're sensitive to what that child inside of you is saying, wanting, needing. You take it seriously. You take the parts, sub-personalities inside of you seriously. You're not neglecting them. And you're a healthy parent towards your inner child. You're a healthy parent towards the parts of yourself that you would once neglect, abuse, shame, criticize, avoid, etc. You've learned to embrace them, to protect them, and then naturally they open up and heal. They become very valuable aspects of your existence, of your mind. Instead of them always needing to be closed and shut down and defensive, now they're open, they're vital. You can feel the energy. You feel more whole again, rather than contracted and shut down in the body. You can actually feel in your body the sort of inner child within you, and you care for it. You can protect it. You can keep it safe. So that's it for this video. If you're interested in working one-to-one with me, you can apply to do so. Link is in the pinned comment. Take it easy.